Okay, welcome everybody to our wellness webinar. My name is Belinda McGowan, and I'm super excited to have you all here tonight to speak about something that I'm really passionate about, which is nutrition, because I absolutely love how it can impact everything from how you feel, how you look, um, your energy, and then it impacts everything in your life. So I'm very, very passionate about that. And I love how having the right nutrition can change everything. I'm here co-hosting with Nicole Coughlin tonight. Welcome, Nicole. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait for you to share your story tonight and your photos. So I'm just going to start off quickly with a disclaimer because the stories that we're going to share tonight are individual experiences. Results are always different on individual. We won't take any safety disclaimer. You know, if you have a medical condition or anything, we definitely always advise you to speak with your doctor. And this information definitely is for general purposes. And as I said, please check with your doctor before starting anything. Okay, so here's my story. I cannot believe in probably 6 weeks, I think it will be, I'm going to be 46. It's creeping up my age, and I love it. I love being in my 40s. I started this program 6 years ago, and there's my picture on the left when I first started. And so I was turning 40 that year. And I remembered I wanted to get the fittest and healthiest at age 40. I started in the June, and December we were going to Canada for my 40th. And I was like, I just want to be the fittest I've ever been, you know? I was going to the gym. I was restricting my calories, pretty much eating, surviving on some black coffee and eating crackers because I was so busy as a mum and I didn't know what to eat. I did not know what to eat to fuel my body. And I thought I was gluten-free, dairy-free, thought I was doing everything right. And I was getting a bit results, but I still had a lot of fluff there, you know. It wasn't stripping the muscle. So my friend introduced me to the 30-day premium pack, and I started on that. Here are my results on the right after my first, I think I even did nearly a double cleanse. And literally, I think I dropped 5 to 6 kilos. Jay took this photo, could not believe it. I was like, oh my God, it actually works, you know? And so from here, what I was saying to Nicole earlier, I love how your results keep changing. And depending on what's going on in your life, and your goals. And so then I just loved it. And I was going to the gym, getting results, performance hit. Then I got really stuck back into the gym, started running, and now I'm even doing it for endurance, recovery. I just love it all. I just thought about this yesterday. I went to a Melbourne Cup function and I was thinking about the
Oh,
dress
did
I
it?
wore. And I didn't even need to, I feel like sometimes some women will worry, what am I going to wear? And is my dress going to fit? And that never even crossed my mind. I just picked it out and put it on and I was like, yeah, it didn't even cross my mind, would it even fit? Because I know that I've been able to maintain because of my nutrition and my lifestyle. And that's what I'm going to talk about today because it is definitely a lifestyle. So I'm going to throw to Nicole, who's going to share her story, and I love her photos. We call them the fat photos, and we laugh about it because even today, I've seen them so many times. I look at them and I'm like, I cannot believe this was you. It's like a different person. So I'm going to throw to you, Nick.
Thank you. I can't believe that was me either. And it's crazy because I don't think anyone here on the Zoom tonight will remember me like that. I think I've met you all since I dropped about 50 kilos. So yeah, it is crazy. Like Facebook memories that pop up for me can just be ridiculous. But I look back now at those fat photos and I just think, wow, I had no idea I was that size. I was in total denial, avoided mirrors. It's really sad looking back. It's really sad to think about how I used to live, how I used to feel about myself, which is quite bizarre given that, I've always been sort of a very outgoing person, at the front of the room, running linen parties for a long time or training meetings. So I'm used to being in the spotlight, but I think somehow I just blocked out, how people saw me. So to see these photos, I just think, wow, that was really, really uncomfortable. I remember my knees, I'd get out of bed in the morning and I'd feel like the crushing sensation in my knees, which was the weight, pushing down on the cartilage in my joints. And it's crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like if you've never experienced it, it's hard to understand. Anyway, so this is me, 2019, in that top left photo of Dean and I on the boat. I remember getting on that boat and I remember thinking, oh my God, I'm going to tip the boat over. Like it was a fancy, party boat, speed boat thing. And there were so many of us on it. And it was literally find a spot and sit down and don't move around too much because, I was worried that I was going to knock someone overboard or even, just unbalance the boat. Like it's crazy how you think as a really big person. Unless you've been there, I think it's probably a little hard to fathom. But something that Belinda just mentioned to me, which was what we call in the the Gastric Surgery Society, we call a non-scale victory, and that was being able to fly over to the US 3 months ago on the plane and not have to ask for an extender seatbelt. That was crazy. So I was so used to when I had to get on a plane and God forbid squeeze into those tiny economy seats that I'd have to ask for an extender seatbelt. So for the first time on an international flight, I didn't have to, and it was just crazy because I could look down and I just had so much room. I could actually put the tray table down and eat off the tray table on the plane because I could fit, whereas before I couldn't. All those trips I did overseas were so uncomfortable because I couldn't fit in the seat properly. So it's a bit mind-blowing. So 2019 there on the top left in Malaysia, that was a reward holiday with Lorraine Lee. And yeah, just ridiculous to think I was that size. So I had, for those of you that don't know, I had gastric bypass surgery in April 2021. My GP literally said it was going to save my life. Like I was that far gone. Look, the highest number I ever saw on the scale was 140 kilos. It could have been higher at some point, but I was so in denial and avoided the scales. The biggest number I ever saw was 140. So yeah, I had to do something. I couldn't exercise because I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke or something. My GP said, whatever you do, don't exercise in case you have a heart attack. I was that far down the rabbit hole that literally, surgery, restricting what I could eat was the only thing that was going to work for me. And it's a little embarrassing to say that. I feel a little disgusted and embarrassed when I talk like that. But it was a combination of 20 years of just not looking after myself, just poor food choices, and of course the portion sizes kept getting bigger and bigger, and just no exercise. Like I never did anything, and it was a really slippery slope, So after so long, you get to that point, and surgery was the only option. So anyway, so glad I finally bit the bullet and did that because my life turned around straight away. I lost weight really quickly, as you do with gastric surgery. Dropped 42 kilos in about 9-10 months. The downside of that is all the loose skin, look like a melted candle without my clothes on. It's not a good look. You don't want to see that, but it's better than the fat rolls, which were killing me way more than the loose skin is. So lost weight really quickly, plateaued for about 12-18 months, and then started to gain weight again. To my horror, it was like, oh my God, here I go again. You hear it all the time. So many people who have gastric surgery regain their weight. It's such a common story. And I was just, again, I was in a bit, I knew I'd put on a couple of kilos. I thought, because I could feel it in my clothes, and I got on the scales a couple of times fairly early on, and I thought, oh yeah, I've gained a couple of kilos, that's okay. And then, a few months went by. My mum said to me one day, she said, Nicole, you're getting fat again. My mum pulls no punches. Like, she has always been very blunt with me and used to nag me to death when I was that size. And she said, Nicole, you're getting fat again. And I went, excuse me, I'm not. I've put on a couple of kilos. Like, I haven't put on 42 kilos. Um, anyway, she got under my skin, as she does. And I got home and I thought, I'm getting on the freaking scales and I'm going to see how much weight I put on. I put on 12 kilos, 12 kilos. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, that is crazy. I've been through all that, through the surgery and all that recovery, and it was feeling really good. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What I was doing was not learning how to fuel my body properly. I wasn't making great food choices. I hadn't learned about protein, about fiber, about what I should and shouldn't be putting in my body. I was still snacking on chocolate and chips and cakes and sweet stuff, which I loved. So for me, it was okay. So I have to do something. Dean, at the same time, and you know, Dean's always been tall and skinny, but he put on that beer belly. And so we did that our first 30-day reset. So Dean dropped 10 kilos in a couple of weeks. Can't believe how fast that happens. I lost 6.5 kilos that first 30 days. And I'm very pleased to say that since then, I've dropped the 15 kilos that I'd regained, and I've plateaued a bit. But I've still got a few more kilos to lose, clearly. So at least I'm now making better food choices. I'm feeling so much better, all thanks to the reset and all this super duper nutrition that I'm now putting into my body. So yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
you just
love,
need to learn. Yeah.
Nicole, I love that you're even so committed that you're walking every morning, which you
Yes,
would
I'm
never,
walking every morning. Yep. So
and
so
you would
I've got
never have
about
done that.
exactly. So I've actually started doing some exercise. So at the beginning, actually, it was between Christmas and New Year last year. Mum and I started walking every morning. And apart from a few days where we weren't well or when I was overseas, we've walked at 6 o'clock every morning since, and I love it and I look forward to it now. And if I don't do it, I'm missing it all day. So who would have thought? If I can do all of this, there's hope for anyone, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to talk about the program. So, what we do is we do a reset. We reset your whole body. Now, the main emphasis is definitely lowering your cortisol because when your cortisol is high, everything is out. It plays with your gut, which then impacts your hormones, which impacts your like brain and focus and impacts your weight, your digestive system. It's just a flow-on effect. So we always start by focusing on lowering your body's physical stress and lowering your cortisol. And we then focus on nourishing your body with anti-inflammatory nutrition. And then we add in our cleanse days, which is stripping the visceral fat. Now, this photo here is 6 kilos of visceral fat stripped, the belly fat. That's the dangerous fat because it's caused by cortisol. Okay, so I'm going to keep going through and just explaining a little bit about the program. So this is a general view of the 30-day reset. The 14-day reset, which many of you have seen me promote, is basically the same program of the 30-day reset, but just shorter. So it's compacting it and giving people a really quick, taste of what the reset's all about. Now, in the reset, we have shake days. Now, this is a great example of how a shake day should go. We call them shake days, you could call them nutrition days, but basically you start the morning with a little shot down here of the Ionic Supreme. Now, if you're highly stressed or you feel your cortisol is really unbalanced and impacting your weight or your body, I would recommend you have 2 of these shots. Then breakfast, you have an isoline shake. And then you have an accelerator tablet, which helps with, it's a natural fat burner. Mid-morning, you can have a 200 calorie snack. What I love to do is you really focus on protein because when you consume protein, your body actually burns it off. It can't store it and it can't make protein. And you need 2 times your body weight. So a 60-kilo female should be having 120 grams of protein a day. So a shake is 24 grams. The way I like to break it up is a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and then trying to hit maybe 20 grams of protein mid-morning and afternoon. A protein yogurt is amazing. Protein bars, couple of, would you believe an egg only has 7 grams of protein? So lots of people think, oh, I'm going to have an egg. It's only 7 grams of protein. It's not going to, it may fill you up, but would love to see you really bulking that protein up. And dinner, look, I like people to sit around the 600 calorie meal and have a beautiful plate of vegetables, protein, about the size of your palm is what you should be looking at. And some healthy fats as well. It's trying to find that balance. And the bedtime, the isoflush, which I absolutely love. So the Ionic Supreme is what we start in the morning. Now, Nicole, we've been talking a bit about how Dean has been really loving this product. How has it helped him?
So Dean sometimes has trouble switching his brain off at night to go to sleep. So, thinking about work and stuff. So he has a shot at night as well as first thing in the morning. And if you have it shot at night, go to bed, go to sleep, helps you have a really good sleep.
Yeah, it's really good. And even if you're having a stressful day, have it in the fridge and you can just have a swig. So I wanted to share with you some food. Lots of people think, it's shakes, you don't eat anything, you starve, and that's why you lose weight. This is a variety of meals that you can have in your nutrition plan. So I love in the top corner, protein yogurt with some banana or berries and crumble up a protein bar. That's a great way to bulk your protein snack. I actually mix protein yogurt with my protein shake, 1 scoop, and you're getting around 29 grams of protein. Then you've got some like little zucchini egg muffins. You've got so many different options here. Chia pudding, overnight oats, broccoli salad. Broccoli is full of fiber and protein. These are the beautiful meals that you can have. So definitely don't want you to think that you're not eating it all. I like you guys to have protein, half a plate of vegetables. When you think about the vegetables, they're low calorie, great fiber, and they fill you up. And that's what a lot of people call volume eating. You can, if you're still hungry, eat more vegetables because they're such low calories that it doesn't matter, but it's so good for your body. So I like to fill my half a plate with vegetables. So I'm very passionate about that. And isoflush. Isoflush is my non-negotiable. Even when I'm not doing a reset, I have this every night. It's by my bedside table. I love, as soon as I take 2 of these, 20 minutes later, I'm asleep and I have the best sleep. So it has magnesium, and that helps your digestive system. It has peppermint as well, and bentonite clay. It's a mouthful, and that helps with the elimination of waste. So when you start a reset, especially when you're not drinking enough water and having more protein, a lot of people find they're constipated as well. So this is going to be a really great way to help with this. But I would definitely recommend people have this every day, non-negotiable. And then we have a cleanse day. So you can do 1 day a week, or you could do a 36 to 42 hours. Some people do 2 days. Now, the cleanse is unbelievable. It has this ability to attach to the toxins and remove it from your body. It helps strip the visceral fat, especially around your tummy area. It helps with bloating, removing the mucus from your digestive system. People have so much energy and clarity after either during a cleanse day or post. I know Darylene has been cleaning at midnight because of being on a cleanse day. And do you know why that is? Is because your body is not putting all its energy into processing food. Because think about you having breakfast, it's processing. Mid-morning snack, it's working on that. Instead, it's giving your body more energy and it's going through your body and repairing dead cells or anything that needs to be repaired. I even know that people have had, they feel like they can hear better, smell better because their senses are heightened because their body is able to put the energy there. So a cleanse day, you drink this 4 times a day. You can have it cold. I love it warm with lemon slices like a herbal tea. You can have 10 credits a day. So you can have things like a BA energy drink, an E-shot, a nootropic. I recommend people can have a bone broth or a miso soup in the evening because then it's like you're still having around 500 calories of food. You are not starved. I mean, some people think they are starving, but you are not going to die. Okay. And I love our little wafer snacks. They have chromium in them for cravings and protein as well. So lots of little things that you can have, even the chocolate plant-based little bars. Have a great day on the cleanse day and have that as a treat in the evening with a miso soup or something. It feels like you're having like a normal, you're not missing out. Okay, and this is the cleanse for life. Okay, so we do cleansing this way so that your body doesn't get stressed and more effective. And that's why we have the snacks as well, so people can get through the day and get the results. I love that it has aloe vera, turmeric, ashwagandha, peppermint, and lots of vitamin B6, which is fantastic. So I wanted to talk around and if you have any questions about the reset, please pop them in here while you have me today, because I'll just check the chat. If you have any questions, pop them in there around nutrition, snacks, meals, because you've got me, okay? But what I wanted to talk about is the Christmas period. We're coming up to the busy season, and these are the lifestyle habits that I would recommend everybody introduce. So it's like it becomes part of your lifestyle. So water every day, 2.5 to 3 liters of water, protein 2 times your body weight. Hit that with your protein shakes, your snacks. And if you need to bulk up, let us know because I have some great ideas on how you can bulk your shakes up, your yogurt, as you've heard about, for the protein snack, and even a bedtime belly buster, which is one of my favorites for helping women break weight plateaus. Fiber. Did you all know that you need about 25 grams of fiber a day? Now, I love that our shakes have 8 grams each. So if you're having 2 shakes a day, that's 16 grams of fiber. But you're still needing to grab, that's not even half, well, it's just over halfway. So things like, which you can include in your meals, avocado, broccoli, blueberries, raspberries. These are all my favorite foods: oats, quinoa, brown rice, popcorn. All these things have fiber that you can implement into your food throughout the day to get that fiber. Fiber is really, really important because it keeps you full as well, helps with your bowels. And as we age, we need to have more. It's the same as protein. Moving your body. Moving your body is not only good for keeping active and physical, but for your mental health. It is so good. Even just like non-negotiable for me is hitting 10,000 steps a day. And I know many people are office bound, don't get that. So definitely, even a 30-minute walk, 20-minute walk, just aim to do a little bit more. Balancing your stress, especially around the Christmas period. Have the 2 shots of ionics if you need to. Sleep, prioritize your sleep, 7 to 9 hours, and smarter swaps. So leading up to the festive season, I definitely would recommend always 1 shake a day, the ionics and the isoflush. Have the hydrate for your water as well. But if I was going out for a meal for a Christmas function, I'd have a normal day. Okay. I'd have a normal day till I go out that night and I'd enjoy myself. The next day, I wake up. If it's a Sunday, it's a normal day. I might have a different breakfast, maybe, but it's a normal day for me. I don't go off my plan. It's my lifestyle. And I'm always prepared in my fridge. I always have everything. So that's the biggest tip in the sense of keeping your results and continuing going is if you go out for lunch, then just have a light dinner, or you could have a shake, but you still have your normal day throughout the day. Be mindful of snacking with platters because that's where it gets you're eating without really knowing, okay? And there's so many calories with that. And drinks, smarter drink swaps if you're drinking alcohol as well. Maybe we can provide some info about that. So the next one, this is what I just worked out before. We have 57 days to the 1st of January. I love this time of year. So if you had 3 Christmas parties, now surely people wouldn't have more than 3. Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and New Year's Eve, you went out and had a great time. So much fun. That's 6 events. You're not going to lose your results over 6 days of those events. You're going to have 6 days of fun, 55 aligned days. And if you do that, you're actually going to walk into January like totally feeling amazing. Okay. So it's not going off the going off the track the whole time because it's Christmas, because that's that period, because otherwise the average weight gain is 2 to 5 kilos. It's because people completely stop and they just go overboard and overindulge. So definitely just think about that. You can still enjoy yourself, but have that alignment in the other days. And you guys are just going to be never having to reset. It's just going to be a continuous, beautiful lifestyle where you're feeling amazing. So we have this amazing 14-day reset pack. We've only got 2 resets left for the year, 15th of November and the 1st of December. I feel like the 1st of December is going to be a really big one. And then it's closed. The books are closed and we'll probably do one early January. And so anyone that is on tonight or you know of someone, this is for new customers. If they place an order tonight for the 14-day reset, they will receive a free tribiotic, which I absolutely love. It's so good for a gut reset, worth $72. And this is going to help you get better results. It's great for bloating, really great for setting your gut microbiome. Pairing that with a 14-day reset is going to be exceptional. So that is it, guys. I hope you've learnt something tonight. Let's see if I have any. Or how much avocado can you have a day? Well, it's the calories that is going to really throw you out, Julie, because let me tell you how much calories. I think it's 140 in just a half. So I'll tell you. Hang on. I always like to tell you. So that's why you've got to be mindful. It's a great thing, good fat, but okay. Why don't we guess in the chat before we go? We've got 3 minutes. How many calories do you think's in a whole avocado? A whole avocado. And no Googling. 200? 250? I better hurry up. I've only got 3 minutes left. 180? Well, you guys are going to get shocked. And I love avocado too. And I've had to pull back on my portions as well. 320 calories. That's more than a shake, but it's good. You've got to remember it's different. It's got fiber. It's really healthy for you, great fats. But if you're aiming to lose weight, having like a whole avocado is just be mindful of your portions. And I use my Fitness Pal, the free version, to track my portions, and that reels you in. You know, it really helps you understand, oh my God, I put too much of that on my plate. I'll take half off. So, but once you learn that, you'll know now, oh shit, I'm not going to have half avocado. I'm going to have a quarter of an avocado. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. We've got the recording. I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday night. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing your story. I always love, love, love it. If you have anyone that wants to take advantage of this offer, it ends tonight in a few hours. Please reach out. And if anyone has any questions or has anyone that wants any information, please reach out to the person that invited you and we can help them and answer any nutrition questions at all. Okay. See you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Belle. Thanks
Bye.
everyone for tuning in.